Hello everyone, TMan978. Welcome to another TMan978's how-to. In this video, this is not my review. I have a full review, link in the description if you want to hear my opinions on this vehicle mode and if you want to see everything the robot mode can do. But right now I'm going to go over a few things I didn't cover in the review. Like number one, I showed this but I didn't get specific. There's a little notch right here that you can push and then lift this up, and you have two empty pegs right there. Now we can take this radar dish, and the radar dish has two pegs right here. We can put that to the back and shove it into there. And now this radar dish can rotate like that. Up here, we have this grill, but if you want to open the hood, we can pull the grill down, lift up. It's on a double hinge. It's going to make it come forward. There's a little notch, a little tiny peg right there that stops it from going in easily. But you open that up and it has the engine detail. But if you don't want this grill, you want it to be cartoon accurate, we can just pull that straight off. Put the side view mirrors in there. Grab this one. There are like thicker notches right here that are supposed to go into the bottom. So you have to basically put it in like this so that that part is over top of this. It's kind of hard to get this cartoon accurate one in there, but basically we gotta groove it in one side, which it wouldn't that side. It keeps going in that one easier. Groove it on that side. And now it's in there. Now we can go ahead and shut this double hinge back up there. Kind of like shove it down, and that seems like I have to force it down back here. Now we can lift this up, and it is more cartoon accurate with no side view mirrors. And we can take that off and just close that like we have right here. There is no other features in this mode, so let's get to the transformation. Okay, this video is going to be a little bit wonky because I started in one place, but now I'm here. I think I can do this transformation better than what I filmed, so I'm doing it over again. Anywho, the first thing you'll want to do is separate right here. Like, get that off of that peg on both sides. Once you do that, you should be able to dislodge the whole lower half and rock that forward. Now that we're here, I'm gonna bring the toes down right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and open up what's gonna be the heels. Why don't we separate this so we can see this better? But anywho, I'm gonna detach the wheels and bring them out to the side, stretch the foot down, and go ahead and reach under here and pull that forward until we get that satisfying click. Now I'm gonna flip it around. Open this panel here, open this panel here. We can actually, at this point, pull down on this lower half of the shins. Okay, now we can take this wheel and rotate it on the inside. And we can go ahead and shut this. It was pegged into there, but now it's pegged into here. So rotate the wheel inside and peg that into here. Now we can take these little side flaps and bring them down and peg them into that spot. This has to be done after we close this because it pegs into there and somewhere down there somewhere. But now, these rotate a specific way right here. It rotates inward. It'll rotate it inward, and now we can shut the feet up like that. Up here, we can lift everything up out the way, or just lift it up. And we can bring these wheels up to here. The doors. The doors are attached right there in the peg. Pull them out, rotate it into this direction. Actually, just rotate it all the way around. We can take this window, and I'm gonna just do that over here. Detach that right there, rotate it all the way around, basically. Shut this window. And now, there's a slider. You slide that up and rotate the doors down into the body like this. Slide that up, rotate the doors down into the body like this. At this point, there is a hole right there. We need to rotate this on that hinge. And this right here is going to clip into that area that I just pointed out. You're going to have to more than likely bend it outward or flex it outward. And like I'm pushing back here, pushing it into that spot. It might come loose. Don't worry about it. You worry about it when we start bringing everything else down. Anywho, I'm doing that again over here and pegging that there. It's probably gonna come loose. Right here, I probably should have did this sooner, but slide that down, open up the hood, put these in there. These side view mirrors go inside. We can bring this down, and this little lip, it needs to go down under there. And my other finger pushed this up at the same time. Anywho, now we can detach the windshield. It just needs to kind of be pushed back on both sides. Now it's loose. That slider in there, you can slide the windshield down. And should I do this yet? Well, yeah. I'm gonna close that spinal piece right there. Now up here, we can go ahead and kind of lift this up and elongate it. This can detach from here and detach from there. After you do that, it needs to, this hinge right there, it needs to come like kind of down in that position. I'm gonna mess with that later, but basically I just wanted to get this out of the way so we can start messing with this right here. I'm actually gonna just go ahead and bring this forward now. Let's see if I can do that over here. I'm bringing it down. This is on a slider. I'm going to bring it up now just to get them out of the way. Now we can go ahead and take the arms, bring them out to the side like this. Bring it out to the side like this. And now this part right here. You need to actually fold this light in, fold this light in. And now, there are peg holes right there, and there are pegs on the inside of these windows. Basically, we need to line it up. It's kind of hard to do this. Line it up, it's kind of hard to film it. Line it up on both sides, and we're good to go on that. And now this fender right here can bend in like that. Up here, and I believe it's right here, this bar. If you push at that bar, that can lift all this up easier. That's one of the main things that was a problem for me. But we can push the head forward or up towards that to get it to come out more smoothly. So now the neck joint right here, it needs to rotate up on that. And we can bend here so that we can bring this down into its spot right there. Now, these two holes right there, these two little things on the fenders need to fold up through those holes. It's kind of difficult to do, I'm not even gonna lie. But it's easier for me to look at it from this angle when I try it. Once you get that through, we need to get these two pegs into the two holes right there in his lower back. Now, we can rotate this way, and it's up to you on how you want to place this. And this shoulder cannon right here, we can just shut that like that. And this one I like to bring back like this. And this is capable of hinging out. I'll hinge it down. The arms, they need to be pulled down, rotate it so that the elbow can be forward. This particular arm needs to be straight when you open this door. But open that, flip out this, and then we can shut that and pull that out. I complain about that in the review. But bring this down, and boom. You are good to go. Get him in some type of A stance where he's not looking too freaking crazy. And yeah, here he is, Trailbreaker in robot mode right there. One thing I want to emphasize is when you slide this down, you might have to push down as far as you can until there is somewhat of a satisfying click. But there, you may think something is wrong. There is no type of like gap filler right there. I believe they leave that open so that you can have access to the butterfly motion. But there could have been something put in there, but they didn't do it. So yeah, this is what it should look like when you're done. Now say you don't want him to have this cannon hand anymore, you can open that up and just slide that off clean. This hinge right here, let me zoom in on that. This needs to be down. Now we take this big end of this cannon right here and we can shove it on top of that and shut it. So now he has this gun that he used in that one episode that one time. If you don't want that, take this off. And he has an optional left hand. We can slide the optional left hand on. And now he has two fists. For that one time they drew him inaccurately. But I believe the original G1 toy had two fists, so why not? There you go. The face just slides off. You take the other face and slide it on. Now he's yelling. And you do the same thing with the other face. It's not too difficult. Now he's kind of happy. All right, now back to truck mode. I'm going to push this gun or back up in there, straighten the arm up. I'm going to open this, fold that in, and then shut the arm back. Rotate the arm 180 and then shut that down. Same thing over here. Lift that up. Make sure that the fist is in this orientation right here, or you will not be able to close it. But wait, pull that down. Don't try to do what I just did. Pull that down by using the actual hand. Flip that up, put that up, rotate the arm 180 and push it up like this. Now we can lift that up like this and go ahead and open up this cannon to look like that. And make sure that it's slid over on the slider so we can get that into place later. These are the one thing that give me trouble in this transformation, knowing how to rotate that and when to rotate it. That's the thing that gives me issue. But anywho, back here we can lift this out of his back. We'll move these pegs out of here by bringing that out like that. And I'm gonna lift this up. And just like we pushed that out before, I'm gonna push on this hinge to get the head out of place. Now we can rotate the neck in like this, and it can come through right here and shut back down like that. You know what? Wow. Now I'm gonna, it already separated itself from these pegs right here. I'm gonna get this back into that orientation basically. Up here, we're gonna lift this up right here, back into its spot. Bring the rear lights back out. And these are just gonna be dangling really for now. Get them in their spot. The gun or the shoulder stuff, I'm gonna rotate this up. And I believe it needs to be in this orientation. And like I said, this is the tough part. I don't know if I do this before or after the arms. No, it's after the arms. We can go ahead and line this back up so you can peg that back into place. Peg this back into place. Now the arms, I'm gonna put them like basically like this. I'm gonna lift this up here, have this out of the way, and then bend this up right there. The head will go where that needs to go when you do this. I'll lift that up and bring the arms up like this. They don't peg into each other or anything. Now we can move this up because it needs to be inside of here. And this right here, this window can be pulled up so that we can kind of like accordion things on that secondary hinge so that this keeps going forward on me. This hinge right here needs to come forward to cover all of this basically and get like the arms into the place where they need to be. But like I said, this gun situation will fight you. It went up there. Let me open this back up and get the gun needs to be beside the arm basically. But now that we've done that, we can dislodge this spinal piece right here. We can slide this up and put the windshield back over top of the front hood to get all that out of the way. We can dislodge this, which probably did it by itself, to be honest. Rotate it like this, and then bring the door back out. Rotate it like this. This hinge right here needs to go in. Open the window up rotate this up like this, and this little nub needs to go inside of that big hole, let's just say. Which is easier said than freaking done. Jesus Christ. Last night, I was making love to you. Alright, line that up as best you can. We might have to do some fixes, but I'm going to do that on this side. Dislodge this, bring the door like this, and rotate it past this. Bring this down and slide this slider down. All right, get this window out. Go ahead and rotate this so that we can meet up with that peg hole again, and peg the door in there and make sure that the window is up underneath of there. So now all this should be in place. We may have to do some adjustments later. Bring these wheels down. It helps if you pull this out a little bit. And now we can rotate the legs this way, rotate the leg that way. Go ahead back here, open these side panels so that they're just up like that. They don't clip into anything. They just go up and get out the way. Now we can open these panels, open that panel right there, pull the wheel out into the side like that, pull the wheel out into the side like that. Now we can shove this up, shove that up, shut this panel, shove this up, shut that panel, and put this peg into that hole right there. The feet, we can shut this, shut that, bring the foot down so that we can push these lower shin pieces down, and go ahead and lift the foot up, bring that down, lift the foot up. Now this peg can form here, so I can say Toyota. Make sure that the ab crunch isn't engaged like that. Put it straight. And we should be able to rock this forward. I try to like bend it in such a way that this can go up in there. Rock that forward. Bring this up under here. And make sure that, where is it? Yeah, try to make sure that this is going behind that. You're gonna have to fight with it because the ab crunch, the ab section likes to fight with you. But now we need to get this up. These pegs need to go behind two holes up here, and the lights need to wrap back around these two pegs on the side right here. If that comes loose, you're gonna have to detach this all over again. Basically, make sure this part back here stays together while you're pushing this up and clipping these on. But once you do that, you may have to push the crotch up so that it's not dragging and everything is into place. Right here, pull the grill down, lift this up. Unless you're doing cartoon accurate, this part is important. But if you have the other grill on, or if you want side view mirrors, they are kind of difficult to get out of here because there is no like little grippy thing. Sometimes they will just come out. Sometimes they won't. And it is hard for me to grab that, especially since I cut my freaking fingernails off. Oh man, every time I touch it, it goes back in there. Are you serious right now? There we go. Now we need to get this little dimple under there again. Shove that down and lift the grill up. And now, looking all around again, making sure everything is squeezed tight. Make sure that these are in there and make sure these are pegged. And it should be able to roll if you did everything correctly. If the wheel isn't rolling, it's because this isn't pegged. There we go. But now he's a car again. Anywho, thank you so much for watching this. If you liked it, please, if it was useful to you, please click like. If you want to be extra helpful, click share. Share it to somebody. Share it to your toy community that you deal with. Until next time, TMan978 out of here. Figure action. That one's me. Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should